your plumbers, your electricians, maybe construction or builders, like they're actually doing really well right now. And with the trends of how things are going, everyone's trying to go work for Fang, but these
These
tradespeople,
trades they're laughing to the bank.
they're laughing all the way to the bank.
A friend of mine, talking about land, he's looking into kind of like building with containers. Like now you see like in Facebook or TikTok, like, hey, they want to buy the containers because it is a very efficient way to build a home. And even kind of sometimes even modern, right? Like because it's just kind of, it looks like the container, and very fast because it already has the structure together and it's metal, right? So anyways, his approach was that he wanted to cater a market and a little bit higher end than a mobile home. Because if you notice, you have like people in the mobile homes, but the mobile homes, they are unstable, like, like a tornado just takes it away your house. And compared to a regular brick and mortar house, but this is kind of a market in the middle, so which I thought that it was a good idea for that segment. So I'll keep you posted there. But he's also thinking, well, you can build in your own lot, so clear some of the wood and building on that. So I think that that's a great idea. Some of those containers are between 3K to 5K in a good shape, but it's a good idea.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of kind of some of these businesses, and we've been talking about, like, on TikTok, we're seeing like there's a lot of people right now talking about how a lot of people doing kind of these smaller businesses or having their own small businesses, maybe their trades and things like that, like your plumbers, your electricians, maybe construction or builders, like they're actually doing really well right now. And with the trends of how things are going, everyone's trying to go work for Fang. But these tradespeople,
These trades they're laughing to the bank.
they're laughing all the way to the bank because they're making a lot of cash, and the people that are actually going into these trades, there's less and less every year, right? So they're gonna have control on the market. They're gonna be able to charge really what they want. Have you heard about this?
Yeah, I mean, dude, I have friends. I mean, that we have a portfolio of rental properties, and we have been working with some of these guys for many years, and they just are hard workers, right? And they have families, and they save, and some of them they purchase their house in cash, right? Like because sometimes they are not sophisticated to use financial instruments or whatever, right? But it's like they just have cash, right? So and and I think that that's something that it's okay for people, because I think that sometimes they are just trying to go to one path, which is, hey, I need to go to an Ivy League school or go to A&M. Nothing wrong with A&M, Ramirez.
Gig 'em.
Okay. UT.
It's the Harvard of the South.
It's the Harvard. Exactly. So, but
Yeah.
I think that I think that there is other paths, right? Like and I think that you don't have a bunch of debt, because right now going to Harvard of the South, or the real Harvard, it's gonna be like 300K, 200K, right? And now you have this hole in your pocket, and on top of that, you are like laid off from a FANG job from last year, right? So maybe some people might have to start thinking, right, in going into a trade business. I mean, maybe you can be an electrician if you are, and in that. And I think that sometimes, because these people, sometimes they're not sophisticated. Sometimes they're not doing some of the things that they need, which is something simple like a website, right? Like it's like it's very hard to find them, right? Or sometimes it's like a booking system, right? They don't know how to implement it or what to get. So a lot of the things that maybe might make a company more efficient, you can approach it. And that, I think that that's when you notice that maybe some people that they have some other skills, they come to this type of businesses and they grow very fast, because sometimes the competition is not very, very hard.
Yeah, and especially with a lot of these trades, right? Not a lot of competition, but also um, like it's a need, it's in demand. I mean, these are like basic things that a lot of people just need. My heater went out, right? And my AC guy is just so busy. I'm like,
Hmm.
or and parts are out and things like that. So it just takes a while to get things in. So these guys are hard to come by, and especially if they're really good, everyone's going to try to get their attention. But even if you're not so good, you're probably still going to have a lot of business too. So it's worth looking into. And I think with the way things are right now with technology, a lot of it is becoming easier and easier to do, or there's a lot more services now for kind of smaller businesses to get you stood up. Some of it is paid, some of it can be free, but if you have one of these, like we encourage, like we had Rico, your barber,
Hmm.
in an interview, there's some things that he could do with technology that can help him grow faster or expand to different markets. It's the same thing for
Yeah.
some of these other trades.
So I think that maybe here the other approach is to think, what is not Amazon going to replace, right? Like, is
Or
Amazon
Elon's
going to
robots.
or Elon robot, right?
Yeah.
Is Amazon going to give me a haircut? That means that maybe that's a job that maybe is gonna stay there. Yeah, maybe we have to wait for Tesla's robot, but I don't know. I think that I still go with my barber Rico.
Right. Yeah.
so, so yeah, I think that it's just sometimes as techies, we sometimes are trying to tell you, uh, go to these high paying jobs, right? Like AI and everything. But I think that going back is like, hey, sometimes you just go to the basics. And some of these is just, I mean, six-figure jobs. And literally, once that you finish high school, you start looking into that if you don't want to go to university, which is okay, right? No, everyone needs to or wants to. So, and you can actually always find jobs. I mean, we all need a plumber, right? Every time that I have a leak in the house, like, man, it's like you are thankful that these people kind of serve the community.
Yeah, yeah, very true. I mean, these guys are in need, and you for sure realize it when something goes wrong because
Yeah.
you to find someone good, it takes a little bit of time. You have to go off recommendations and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, subscribe, comment. Thank you for all of our comments. We read them all and we answer. So please keep telling us what are the type of things that you guys want to watch. And yeah, and I guess that's it.
That's it.
See
We'll
you.
see y'all
See you.
next time.
Dale.
Dale.
Bye.
Bye.